Has there ever been a time where you and your family didn't know what to do to pass time? Hi, my name is Dwaine Thomas. Today, I'll be speaking to everyone about bowling. Today, I'm going to inform everyone on the history of American bowling, bowling equipment, and the concept of bowling or scoring points when you bowl. Well, now that we are familiar with what I'm going to speak about, let's start with the history of bowling in America. The Dutch colonists brought bowling to America in the 17th century. The game consisted of 9 pins set in a triangle. It was regularly played in an area of New York City still known today as the Bowling Green. In 1841, the game of 9 pins was banned due to gambling reasons. The creation of 10-pin bowling, which we use today, was introduced to circumvent the laws of 9-pin bowling. As an outdoor game for most of its history, indoor bowling became popular after the introduction of indoor lanes in New York City. In 1895, American Bowling Congress established a maximum score of 300. Previously, it was a top score of 200. The distance between pins was set at 12 inches. In 1905, a company called Brunswick created the first hard rubber ball. Also, the American Bowling Congress establishes that maximum ball weight of bowling balls is going to be set at 16 pounds. 1941 through 1945, World War II significantly impacts bowling. The military built 4,500 alley beds on their bases as a major source of recreation. It was the first exposure to bowling for countless servicemen and women. In 1948, Brunswick introduces dots and arrow markers to their lanes. This dramatically improves the accuracy for most bowlers. And lastly, in 1958, the Professional Bowlers Association was founded. This is what we call it today, or the PBA. Well, now that we are familiar with the history of American bowling, let's get familiar with some of the bowling equipment. The most common piece of equipment that most of us know is the bowling ball. The bowling ball is a spherical ball made from plastic, reactive resin, urethane, or a combination of these materials. It has 3 distinct holes in which the thumb, ring finger, and middle finger are inserted. Okay. This ball is a 15-pound ball. Next are the bowling pin. Bowling pins are made of hard maple wood and are either plastic coated or laminated in 2 or more pieces. This one is all plastic, so when you're a 3-year-old, this pretty much will suffice with the bowl. They weigh 3 pounds 6 ounces and have a maximum weight of 3 pounds 10 ounces is the maximum weight. And lastly, you will need bowling shoes. Most bowling centers do not allow customers to bowl in regular shoes. And also, if need be, you can always use a support glove, which increases your grip on the ball and keeps your wrist supported. It keeps your wrist supported with the metal strip that's right at the wrist. Well, now that we know about the equipment to use while we bowl, let me explain the concept to score points. As I stated earlier, the maximum points in bowling is 300. Now to get a 300, one must get 12 strikes in a row. You can leave the strike, you can leave the 300 to the lucky ones because I unfortunately have not bowled at 300. Well, the concept of bowling is to knock down all the pins. Very easy. You get 2 attempts to throw the bowling ball and knock down all the pins. If you knock down all the pins on your first shot, this is what bowling calls a strike. Now, if you were unlucky to get a strike and leave the pins up, you still have another attempt to shoot. If you knock down all the pins on your second attempt, this is what bowling calls a spare. Now, a strike is indicated by an X on the monitor screen or on a piece of paper if you're still old school, and a spare is indicated by a /. Well, now that we know about American bowling, I encourage everyone to give it a try. So in conclusion, I spoke about the history of bowling, the type of equipment that is used, and lastly, how to score points. So thank you for listening. I hope that you all enjoy the game of bowling.